Welcome everyone to the new video on Sasso's Docs. Today we are talking about the Chernobyl digester in April 26, 1986. April 26, 1986. At 1:23 in the morning, a violent explosion shattered the silence inside the Soviet Union. But this was not an ordinary explosion. Inside the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant, Reactor No. 4 had just become the center of the worst nuclear disaster in human history. Within seconds, invisible radiation began spreading into the atmosphere. No one knew it yet, but Europe was about to face a nightmare. Near the power plant stood a modern Soviet city called Pripyat. Built in 1970, it was designed for engineers, scientists, and nuclear workers. The city looked perfect. Clean streets, modern apartments, schools, hospitals, parks, and cinemas filled the city. Nearly 50,000 people lived there. To the Soviet Union, Pripyat was proof that nuclear power represented the future. But hidden behind that dream was a dangerous secret. Chernobyl used a reactor known as the RBMK. Soviet engineers claimed it was powerful and efficient, but the reactor had a serious design flaw. Under certain conditions, the reactor could suddenly become unstable and uncontrollable. Many workers inside the plant did not fully understand the danger, and on the night of April 26th, that flaw would change history forever.
Checklist complete for
that night, operators prepared for a safety test inside Reactor 4. The goal was simple: to find out whether emergency systems could still function during a power failure. But to perform the experiment, several critical safety systems were turned off. Experienced engineers warned that the test was risky. Yet the experiment continued because inside the Soviet system, orders were never questioned. As the test began, the reactor's power suddenly dropped too low. Operators tried to raise the power again, but the reactor was already becoming unstable. Inside the control room, confusion quickly turned into panic. Then, at exactly 1:23 a.m., a massive power surge erupted inside the reactor core. The emergency shutdown button was pressed immediately, but instead of stopping the reaction, it made everything worse. Seconds later, Reactor 4 exploded. A second explosion followed immediately after. The 1,000-ton concrete roof was blown into the air while burning graphite and radioactive debris scattered across the plant. The reactor core was now completely exposed to the atmosphere. A deadly cloud of radiation began rising into the night sky, and at that moment, the disaster truly began. Within minutes, firefighters arrived at the scene. Most of them had no idea they were walking directly into lethal radiation. They believed they were fighting a normal electrical fire. Without protective suits or proper equipment, they climbed onto radioactive rooftops. Some workers later described seeing metal glowing and melting around them. Soon, many firefighters began feeling sick. They experienced dizziness, vomiting, and burning skin, but they still did not understand the real danger surrounding them. While radiation spread across the region, Soviet officials tried to hide the truth. The government delayed announcing the disaster. Meanwhile, life in Pripyat continued normally. Children played outside, people walked through the streets, and families slept peacefully only a few kilometers away from the burning reactor. But invisible radioactive particles were already filling the air. The city was slowly being poisoned, and almost nobody knew it. Residents soon noticed strange symptoms. There was a metallic taste in the air, headaches became common, and many people experienced sore throats. Yet no warnings were given. Even weddings and public events continued as usual. The most terrifying part was that radiation could not be seen, smelled, or heard. 36 hours after the explosion, evacuation finally began. Loudspeakers announced that residents would temporarily leave the city. People were told to bring only essential belongings for a few days. Most believed they would soon return home, but they never came back. More than 50,000 people abandoned Pripyat forever. The city became frozen in time. Toys remained on the ground, books stayed open inside classrooms, and entire apartments were left untouched. Pripyat had become a ghost city. Check out other videos on our Sasso's Docs channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay well and take care. See you in the next video.